says the best defense is still containment.
We are in uncharted territory.
Silent volume 450. The fire on to 100%. Standing by. No suctioning.
Mabuhay everyone, it's David Pomerantz, and I want to invite you to watch my upcoming performances on the Enjoy the Music Beyond the Crisis, benefiting the FYM Medical Foundation. It's an awesome group, and I want to thank Eagle Broadcasting for having me be a part of it. So, remember to watch it. See you soon. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.
This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
We're working to connect a region of over 600 more bridges between our lands.
Hello, I'm Alma Angeles, and we're moving to the next stage of the pandemic. As the world resets to the new normal, we find ourselves seeking the right balance between health and livelihood, constantly adjusting the boundaries between liberty and responsibility. Welcome to ASEAN in Focus. First, let's go to Hanoi, Vietnam. ASEAN is calling for measures to protect the workers affected by COVID-19. Joining us live from Hanoi is Ralph Wandolph Empay. Hello, Ralph.
Hi there, Alma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm doing good, and you look good. You're outside now, reporting
That's right,
from.
Alma.
Yes.
I'm standing in front of our school gate and bringing you live updates here in Vietnam. Yesterday, Alma, ASEAN labor ministers have called for measures to ensure workers' income jobs, and safety at an online special meeting in order to support laborers amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The special meeting of ASEAN labor ministers on response to the impact of COVID-19 on labor and employment was held in recognition of the widespread and profound impacts of the pandemic on the health and livelihoods of people and economies of ASEAN member countries and nations around the world. During the online meeting, Alma, the ministers exchanged and shared data and information and measures and policies to cope with COVID-19. They also discussed recommendations for common response of ASEAN to COVID-19 impacts in the field of labor and employment. The ministers adopted a joint declaration which stressed the need to implement joint efforts to promote labor and employment policies in response to impacts of pandemics, economic crisis, or natural disasters in the future. They agreed to provide support for the livelihood and health of all workers, especially those working in high-risk sectors, and safeguard their labor rights amidst the impact of COVID-19. They agreed to facilitate access of all workers infected by COVID-19 to essential healthcare services and other relevant medical support as necessary and prevent discrimination against infected workers, providing appropriate assistance and support to ASEAN migrant workers affected by the pandemic in each other's country or in third countries, and further strengthen the effectiveness of active labor market policies at national and regional levels. They also agreed to enhance cooperation with tripartite partners, civil society, international organizations, ASEAN dialogue partners, and other stakeholders in mutually agreed areas, such as knowledge sharing, research and development, technical assistance, and resource mobilization to support rapid responses and post-pandemic recovery plan, and continue sharing of best practices and lessons learned among ASEAN member countries on measures to help increase workers and employers and promote their resilience. Just a few more updates, Alma. Many attractions and monuments here in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are welcoming visitors again after being shuttered for almost 2 months because of COVID-19. In Hanoi, the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum Complex and Batting Square welcomed their first visitors on Tuesday after 50 days of closure. Visitors are required to wear a face mask before entering the venue. And Hanoi's authorities have also announced the resumption of activities on all walking spaces around Ho Wan Kem Lake and nearby areas from Friday. To mark their reopening, several museums are holding interesting events to lure visitors, including an exhibition of portraits of President Ho Chi Minh being held at the Ho Chi Minh Museum. On Sunday, the Vietnam Museum of Ethnology will offer free admission to all visitors to mark the International Museum Day which is on May 18th. And in Ho Chi Minh City, the Saigon Zoo and Botanical Gardens in District 1 has resumed its normal activity from Friday. Its director, Pham Van Tan, told Troy Youth newspaper. And now about finance, Alma. Hundreds of millions of made in Vietnam face masks have been exported abroad. The Garment Tank Corporation joint stock company, which is based here in Vietnam, a major garment and textile business, had received an export order for 400 million medical face masks worth US 52 million US dollars, which is planned to be exported this July. The company has also received orders for more than 20 million cloth masks from US and German partners. Face masks made by other Vietnamese garment and textile businesses have also achieved a strong position in export markets. As of April 19, Vietnam has exported over 415 million face masks. And lastly, Alma, Vietnam reported 24 new coronavirus infections on Friday, all of which were reported cases involving Vietnamese citizens returning from Russia who were placed under quarantine on arrival, the country's health ministry said. So now Vietnam's total cases were 312, 260 have recovered already, and 52 are still under treatment. Back to you, Alma.
Okay, so can you tell me about your surroundings there? It looks like it's getting a bit busier and some businesses have opened already. What new normals are in place right now?
Well, basically all non-essential businesses have resumed, Alma, including karaoke shops, massage parlors, so basically all coffee shops. So social distancing is already lifted, and obviously students are back to school.
In school, what new normal measures are in place?
Well, just like what I've reported last week, social distancing was observed, but now, in each schools, the social distancing is also lifted. So students are no longer required to wear a face mask, but before they enter the school gate, they are required to, wash their hands or put a sanitizers on their hand, and the security guard is always checking their body temperature.
All right, thank you very much, Ralph. Happy to see you, and good news from Vietnam. Keep the updates coming. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, bringing live updates from Hanoi, Vietnam. This is Ralph Wandel and Pai. We live in interesting times.
Phase 2 lockdown starting May 17 in Phuket. Let's get the updates from Mary Grace Alvarez joining us live. Hello, Mary Grace.
Hello, Alma. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to all our viewers.
Good afternoon, Mary Grace. Good to see you. Where are you right now? Can you tell me your background? Where are you right now?
Okay, by the way, I'm here in Phuket's largest water supply, which is the Bang Wat Reservoir. So, moving on with our headlines. More activities and medium-sized businesses, which have been temporarily closed since late March, will be allowed to resume next month, as the CCSA mules a further easing of government-imposed restrictions ordered to curb the spread of the COVID-19 disease. CCSA spokesman said on May 11, which is headed by Prime Minister Paret Chan Ocha, will consider today three broad categories of activities and businesses, which will be allowed to resume under what he called the Phase 2 lockdown, which includes advertisement production, sports competition without spectators, restaurants, food shops and office buildings, public libraries, and department stores. Entertainment venues inside malls, such as movie theaters, are excluded. The source said authorities have set a rough timeline for the gradual lifting of lockdowns, with the third phase likely to be announced in early June. We'll see all businesses and activities reopening. Shopping malls may not be included in the Phase 2 lockdown, which is set to take effect on May 17. But as of now, the list of activities and businesses which will be allowed to reopen in the second phase of easing are still subject to change, because many discussions are still needed among health and security authorities, as well as experts from the National Economic and Social Development Council. The latest rounds of inspections conducted on May 10 found that 30.4% out of 18,512 venues, which were opened on May 3, failed to comply with mandatory health guidelines. 2.37 found to be ignoring hygiene practices. In the phase 2 lockdown, though the green light to resume will be given to certain businesses and activities, both operators and people are still required to follow strict health guidelines. For example, Alma, a commercial advertisement shoot can only have 5 people on set in order to maintain social distancing guidelines. The source also said the reopening of department stores will depend on whether the people can take care of themselves. Adding to their public awareness is crucial to prevent new outbreaks. However, according to Dr. Tawisil, hundreds of people have continued to defy the curfew order. As of last week, the numbers of curfew violators stood at 597. At least 89 people gathered illegally, with 55% of cases involving alcohol and parties. Back to you, Alma.
All right, thank you very much. I love your background, Mary Grace.
Thank you so
Excited
much.
to hear more updates from Phuket. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Alma. Reporting live from Phuket, Thailand, this is Mary Grace Alvarez, and we live in interesting times.
Malaysia is again to tighten restrictions after May 18 if COVID-19 cases increase. This plus other news out of Malaysia. Ruby Tinawan joins us live. Hello, Ruby.
Hello, Alma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ruby. Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you too. For the latest news here in Malaysia, the Malaysian government may again tighten the movement control order after May 18. That is, if there is a surge in the number of new COVID-19 cases. That was according to the Health Ministry, which was announced last Wednesday. In a press conference, the Health Ministry's Director General, Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, noted that May 18 would mark the end of the 14-day incubation period since the implementation of the conditional MCO on May 4th. As per the conditional MCO, which was announced by the Prime Minister on May 1st, almost all economic sectors were allowed to operate at full capacity, with, of course, strict standard operating procedures, which have started on May 4th. Now, Dr. Nur Hisham said the ministry are now observing the situation daily and decision would be made in time to come. He added that though the result of the MCO showed the flattening of the curve, the conditional MCO's outcome will only start to be clearer on May 18. In his announcement, he said if the number of cases are still within control, the government can open up more sectors. However, if the cases continue to increase, then the decision would be reversed. He stressed that it was now up to the public to ensure a favorable outcome. Now, the MCO is now slated to end on June 9. Meanwhile, the government will be implementing a short and medium-term economic recovery plan to rejuvenate the country's economic growth soon. That was according to Finance Minister Datuk Sri Tengku Zakrul Abdul Aziz. The plan will highlight health guidelines and safe operating procedures in the new norm, capacity building, hiring of workers, job creation, as well as boosting consumer spending, especially through digital channels. Now, he added the government will also support the restructuring, recovery, and growth of SMEs, especially via digital economy and digital technology. Enhancing resilience and developing growth opportunities for medium and large-sized companies, boosting investor confidence and generating short-term economic growth. Tengku Zakrul said the world is facing challenges in terms of economic growth, demand contraction, as well as supply chain disruption. He said Malaysia has not been exempted from the impact from the global situation, and economic recovery efforts will take some time. He also said the government has implemented its 6-phase plan. They call it 6R: resolve, resilient, restart, recovery, revitalize, and reform. And the country is now at the 3rd stage, which is to restart the economy in an orderly and controlled manner. Tenko Zavro added that the 260 billion ringgit Rehatin Rakyat economic stimulus package and the accommodative monetary policy had helped to relieve economic pressure for the past few months, adding that in this regard, further economic development needs to be balanced with the importance of public health and orderly and safe economic regeneration. Back to you, Alma.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, and waiting for more updates there in Malaysia. Thank you, Ruby, and the Malaysia Bureau. Thank you for your time.
Yes, reporting here in Malaysia. This is Ruby Tinawin. We live in interesting times.
All right, next, do we have Abigail Basa on the line from Qatar? Not yet? Okay, so ASEAN in Focus, we'll be right back.
Iba't iba man ang pinanggalingan, iisa lang ang pinangahawakan. Ang pangarap na makilala sa kanilang larangan. Mas titindi pa ang performances ng ating mga TNG aspirants dito lang sa pinakabago at pinakamalaking talent competition ng Philippine Television. Ito ang...
This program is presented by
SMC Infrastructure, building a better world.
Vet-approved NutriChunks, the only premium dog food with active boost for optimum energy and probiotics that help strengthen immunity. Just like Catherine Bernardo, gawing listo ganado ang fur babies niyo. Listo ganado sa NutriChunks. Sanmig sugar-free white coffee. Puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na! Sanmig sugar-free white coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free.
Magnolia Chicken Templados. Delicious, ready to cook and freshly marinated daily. Pure Foods Lunch and Meat. Pure sarap for every family. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef. Ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Walang duda. Kids can tell na #1 ang Pure Foods Tender Juicy. Ang tender, ang juicy, ang sarap.
Co-presented by Hubert, expert in air conditioning and electromechanical. Also engaged in structural, electrical, fire protection, plumbing, and sanitary services. Hubert, your ultimate NEPs and air conditioning solutions. New San Jose Builders Incorporated. Unlad Incorporated International. Fight against global poverty. Canrip Corporation, your ventilation and air conditioning specialist. Vita Herbs Philippines Green Coffee. Masarap, mabango, at healthy pa.
Puerto Rico Resort and Convention Center, Cabiao, Nueva Ecija. I love Puerto Rico.
In participation with elastomeric waterproofing paint, colorful protection for your home. Matimco. Matimco is wood. Wood is Matimco. Our Square Variables Incorporated, your trusted UPS supplier and UPS maintenance provider in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. CompuZell Computer Services, ID card and lanyard manufacturer. Saisho International Trading Corporation. DN Steel. IMAC uPVC Roof Corporation.
Hey, Gretchen Ho here, and I'm a white coffee lover. Creamy kasi, and very yummy. Pero mas masarap kung hindi nakaka-guilty. Check my new discovery, Sanmig Sugar-Free White Coffee. Puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na! Sanmig Sugar-Free White Coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free.
Skyway Stages 1 and 2, the elevated toll road system project, run from a section of the South Luzon Expressway from Alabang to Magallanes, Makati. The Skyway Stage 3 is an elevated expressway connecting the South Luzon Expressway through the existing Skyway Stages 1 and 2 to the North Luzon Expressway via Balintawak. Skyway Stage 4 is an 80-kilometer mixed elevated and at-grade toll road that will connect the existing Skyway system, starting from the FTI section all the way to Bulacan.
Listo
at ganado ang baby ko sa vet-approved Nutri-Chunks. With active boost and prebiotics na pampalisto. Made with real meat, with essential nutrients to help them grow healthy and happy. Listo, ganado sa Nutri-Chunks.
Ikaw lang ang star ng buhay ko. Para sa akin, perfect ka. Ibang klase ang sarap ng corned beef mo. Ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Pag Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, sarap ng corned beef, inangat pa ng real cheese cubes. Kaya perfect ang sarap. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef.
Welcome back. Joining us live from Qatar is Abigail Basa. Hello, Abigail.
Greetings to everyone watching po. Hello, Miss Alma.
Hi. Good afternoon from Manila. What are your updates for us? Good to see you.
My name is Abigail Basa. I'm reporting live from Doha, Qatar. In the Middle East to bring you the latest COVID-19 updates po, Miss Alma. So, according to the latest data from the Ministry of Public Health, the total number of positive COVID-19 cases in Qatar has now reached 28,272. The added number of new cases in the last 24 hours is 1,733. The number of recovered patients is 3,352. And the total number of deaths is 14. And 143,938 is the number of people tested where the active cases under treatment to date is 24,902. Dr. Abdul Latif Alkal, co-chair of the National Pandemic Preparedness Committee and head of infectious diseases at Hamad Medical Corporation, said during a joint press conference that the recorded new cases is the highest yet since the beginning of the data gathering in the country. He added that although it seems that the virus transmission has entered the peak stage in Qatar, these daily cases haven't reached the peak point yet and is only the beginning. He warned that there is a possibility that this number will continue to rise in the coming weeks, where although it is also important to note that there is a significant jump in the number of people recovering from the virus. They assure that the patients are given the best medical care. In the same statement, Dr. Alkal has put emphasis on the importance of physical and social distancing measures, especially during the season of Ramadan and the upcoming Eid al-Fitr celebrations. He drew attention to that this noticeable increase of infections among Qataris and residents in the past week is due to the non-compliance with the precautionary and preventive measures and lack of commitment to social distancing. He urges everyone to stay at home and only to go out when it is absolutely necessary. Most of the case increase among citizens and residents is a result of contact with infected family members who had been infected in the workplace or through visits and family gatherings. In a community study launched by the Ministry of Public Health, where the test is done through the use of drive-through testing centers, where invited participants complete a survey, Dr. Alkal presented the results, which included 1,308 male and female subjects with no symptoms, and the percentage of those infected was 11.9%. Confirmed by the report by the Qatar News Agency, he added that this result gives an indication of the seriousness of the virus. This means that out of 100 people in the community, there are 12 cases who do not have any symptoms. The age group where majority of the discovered infections is 25 to 34, followed by the 35 to 44 age groups, while the rest comprise other age groups, including children and the elderly. The Qatar government also announced that wearing a face mask when stepping out of the house will be made compulsory starting on 17th of May or Sunday until further notice. The cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister and Minister of Interior, His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Khalifa bin Abdulaziz Al Thani, that people, both citizens and residents, are obliged to wear masks when leaving the house for any reason, except in case where a person is alone while driving a vehicle. In case of non-compliance, the penalties according to the Decree Law number 17 for the year 1990 regarding the prevention of infectious diseases, violators will face a jail term up to 3 years and a fine up to 200,000 Qatari riyals or 55,000 US dollars. The cabinet also announced to extend the precautionary measures in place to combat the coronavirus. One move that can be considered as adapting to the new normal, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry announced the opening of exchange services from 12th of May. Under strict precautionary measures, including the requirement to wear face masks, the visitors following social distancing, measurement of temperature, and allowing a certain number of customers at the same time, police patrols can also be seen monitoring these establishments to oversee that these procedures are being done. The government, through the Ministry of Public Health, continues to notify the public and urges people to be vigilant, and that anyone with signs and symptoms of COVID-19 should come forward for testing. Contact the dedicated hotline on 16000 or go to one of the testing centers. The earlier the disease is detected, the easier it is to treat and recover. The government of Qatar also assures that it will continue to provide the public, both citizens and residents alike, with the care and treatment needed, while the world continues to strive for the cure and combat the COVID-19 pandemic. So from EBC Qatar Bureau, I am Abigail Basa, and we live in interesting times.
Thank you, Abigail. Thank you very much for your report. We'll see you back later. Thank you so much. And we would like to welcome a very special guest on our program, Datu Eng Wan Peng, COO of Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation. Welcome and good afternoon from Manila, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Miss Alma. Thank you very much for me. It's a privilege. Look forward to have a good discussion with you today.
Yes, it's an honor, ma'am. First, ma'am, can you please tell us about MDEC? What is MDEC? Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, yes.
Certainly. MDEC is a government-owned organization. We have been around since 1996. So this year, we are 24th year in existence. It was set up in 1996 to drive Malaysia's transformation from a production economy into a knowledge-based economy. Of course, today, we are more familiar with the term digital economy. Our focus include driving the digital transformation in the country and focusing on helping to develop digital talent, improving the digital literacy of the people, and also driving digitalization of the businesses, plus helping to promote digital investment in the country. So as you can see, I use the word digital everywhere. That's because our main focus is to be the champion and the driver of digital economy in the country. Next year, we'll be celebrating 25 years. Time flies.
Oh, congratulations. So how did Malaysia start its digital transformation journey? Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. In 1996, actually you have to travel a year before, 1995. As you know, every country, I'm sure in Philippines have the same. We have the economic planning unit looking at macroeconomy. How do we move forward? Malaysia has been successful since independence. We were in agriculture in the 70s or 80s where the production, the manufacturing was really booming. But we also know at the time that if we want to leapfrog, meaning you want to accelerate the growth, the only thing is to look at new growth area. And at the time, the economic planning unit, together with consultants, Carnegie O'Meyer firm, McKinsey, we came together and come up with the proposal called Multimedia Super Corridor, or in short, MSC. So this is to help Malaysia to leapfrog into the information age economy, where they will be able to make Malaysia a developed nation. At the time when we measure developed nation, that means the GDP contribution is 15,000 US dollar, because all of us are following the same measure by the United Nations and World Bank. It all started then, and then we started from 5 smart cities, where the focus is in Cyberjaya, and we also have other smart cities in the other part of the capital city. So it's like 15 by 50 corridor. That's why it's called Multimedia Super Corridor. That's how we all started. We identify area we need to focus. So there were 7 flagship applications. We also realized that we have to improve our infrastructure. So we also have an effort in that. And through the flagship applications and also something called MSC initiative, Build a Guarantee, 10-point Build a Guarantee, we use those as a incentive to attract and invite big and established ICT companies for all over the world to come to Malaysia, to use Malaysia as a regional center, and also to use Malaysia as a base to launch their services. Today, we are very proud to say that still in operation, we have about 3,000 ICT companies covering different areas, from the global business services. I'm sure this is also very big in Philippines, plus technology companies and also creative content companies. Creative content is getting a lot of traction. We also work very closely with countries in ASEAN, and beyond ASEAN, we also have many other countries from Europe, from US, and from Asia Pacific. So this is where we are today. We have about 3,000 companies registered with MDEC, and we call them MSC status companies.
So how is MDEC, through its many initiatives and projects, helping Malaysia SMEs move towards digitalization?
Excellent. When we first started the MSC, a lot of focus was infrastructure and making sure that we have the right technology company. So in, I think, about 5-6 years ago, in the year 2015, again, we did another study and look at how best to move and to accelerate growth of the economy in Malaysia. We realized that Malaysia or any country, if you have enough businesses adopt technology, so you can grow your digital economy. Malaysia can do that, Philippines can do that, US can do that. And through that exercise, we realized that while digital economy contribute close to 20% to Malaysia's GDP, the 80% of the economy can accelerate further by digitalizing their operation. And based on some calculation, it will add up to 400 billion, our own currency, ringgit, to our economy if we get all the user side, meaning the demand side, the user of the ICT to adopt digitalization. So from there onwards, then we start looking at the key sectors that is support. And we have rolled out many initiatives. The recent one include the SME digitalization grant. But money is just one thing. What we have done is also about lining up with solutions and also giving a lot of training to the SME sectors. Either they go with the productivity tool or helping them to onboard e-commerce platform, because that's the easiest and fastest way to get SME to digitalize. And in terms of SME, the way how we categorize them, we have micro SME, we have small size SME, we also have medium size SME, because SME means small, medium enterprise. But we also have a category called micro enterprise. That means these are the the small setup, maybe have less than 5 people. For every one of these SMEs, they will have to decide if, let's say, someone who has never touched digital, to encourage them to have a digital presence. If someone already having that, then how can you help them to embrace more digital solution? So that's what we have been doing for the past few years.
What is MDEC's Digital Economy Initiative for the people, for the industry, and for the investors all about? What is its current focus?
All right. So let me break it into a few things. First is for the society. I think it's really important. You cannot have a digital economy if your society does not know how to use technology in the best possible way. So what we are doing is that we are helping to improve the digital literacy of the people in Malaysia. So anyone should know how to use digital technology so that you can have access to online services that's offered by businesses, that's offered by government. Like, for instance, we also have financial literacy. This is like through fintech and our central bank. We go out to even the remote area to teach people on how to be cashless. So this is also part of the digitalization. And also more people are aware of how to use the social media tools to interact, to transact. So that is one part. And for the society also, we are teaching them skill set for them to be able to earn extra income on digital platform. I'm sure you heard of word platform economy and sharing economy or gig economy. So this, we have initiative for two types. One is the more hard labor gig economy. One is for the graduates gig economy. For the hard labor, you will use platform to allow them to register their skill set and then link them up with the platform operator who then will match them with the demand. So that's one type. We call it digital enabled job. They don't have 100%, like maybe a company are looking for someone who can help them to develop a website or do a testing, to design a logo. So we also teach people to do that. So that is one. That's for society. We are also helping to drive investment. How we are doing that? Every investors are looking for good talent. And when we talk about digital investment, we want to make sure that you have the right talent. So MDEC, together with many agencies and ministries in Malaysia, we have been doing this talent development program since the year 2005 actively. We work with universities. India is also one of that. We call that Premier Digital Tech University. So these are the universities that have special.
Okay, we lost her. Okay, we hope to get her back. ASEAN in Focus, we'll take a short break and we'll be back.
Mabuhay everyone, it's David Pomerantz, and I want to invite you to watch my upcoming performances on the Enjoy the Music Beyond the Crisis, benefiting the FYM Medical Foundation. It's an awesome group, and I want to thank Eagle Broadcasting for having me be a part of it. So, remember to watch it. See you soon. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.
It says the best defense is still containment.
We are in uncharted territory.
Island volume 450. FI on to 100%. Standing by. No suctioning.
Welcome back, ma'am. Miss.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, Miss.
Hi.
We lost you there, Datong Wan Peng. We are back with the COO of Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, Datong Wang Peng. Did I say that right? Datong?
Yes, just call me One Peng is easier. I think
One Peng?
is
Okay.
a very difficult word to pronounce.
Okay, so ma'am, I still call you ma'am. So you were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Please go ahead and continue.
Yes.
You were talking about the initiatives,
Yes.
economy initiative for the people, for the industry. And
Yes.
yeah, please go on.
Yes, I think I'll go back to the industry.
Yes.
Attracting, the two that we have been doing it for the past 24 years. That has always been a big focus because we know that we don't have everything that we need to drive the digital economy. We need to leverage on the expertise and know-how from the foreign technology. So what we do is we create a conducive environment and also come up with something called MSC 10-point bill of guarantees that will allow companies to start in Malaysia easily. At the same time, we also have a lot of promotion and mission out there and helping to highlight what is good in Malaysia. For the past, I think we have been very successful in attracting companies who are doing global business services, especially during this COVID time.
Yes.
A lot of people realize that Malaysia even employee to work from home. So as a result of that, we have received a lot more inquiries on how they can support them in their operation or in extension into this region. And what is more important, I said it just now, I'm not sure whether it was captured, was the talent. What is important is talent. Because like Philippines, we have very good talent. In certain countries, we have good talent. In Malaysia as well, our talent are something that people like because it's multilingual, multicultural. So Malaysian talents is very adaptable. And to help that out, we also have a lot of initiative. We call it Talent Development Program. Since 2005, we have been actively doing that, including going into even primary school, we call it K-12, to a digital maker. Because STEM education is key. That one we have started. We also have initiative that we run with the universities like INTI is one of them, Premier Digital Tech, so that we can teach the student some of the latest new technology that is for the future of work. On top of that, there are a lot of upskilling, reskilling for existing workforce. Because when you settle and making sure that your talent are ready for the investors, then investor will come. So this is the second part. The third one is about how we help industry. And I mentioned 80% of our economy is depending on the user, the demand sector. We need to make sure that they invest enough in the digital technology so that they can be more productive. When you are more productive, then your revenue, your profit will increase. That will make them grow their business. So for that, we have many initiatives. We have initiative for micro SME and SME. A lot of it, now the drive is e-commerce. You know that during the movement control, a lot of people cannot go out.
Yes.
So consumer behavior has changed. So we see a lot of inquiry in terms of that. But on top of that, we are also talking about how we move people to the cloud. Because moving your business to the cloud means you can start digitalization with a very small investment, and you can continue your business. For some of the more ready companies, what we do with them is that we help them to go into digitalization, full digital transformation initiative. And many other things are happening. And we are lucky that our government is very supportive. Apart from what the program that we are rolling out, we also have funding support. So for instance, SME digitalization grant is a matching grant to help SME to go digital. We also have something called Smart Automation Grant that two part, one is for manufacturing sector, the other one is for services sector. And there also a lot of soft loan that companies are able to tap into. On top of that, I'm sure you heard of something called crowdfunding. So Malaysia is also one of the first country, I would say, in the world that has introduced something called equity crowdfunding. It's licensed under Security Commission, so it's quite safe. Because all this, they have to follow very strict rules in order to help companies to raise funds. So this one, equity crowdfunding means it's a more longer term. If I'm business and it's very hard for me to go get a loan, right? I put my project out there, and then people who are interested can invest maybe $1,000, $10,000 that I get a small share in the company. The other one is more short term, called P2P, peer-to-peer lending. It's also a licensed activities under Security Commission. So in terms of funding also, we have a lot of things that is that's being rolled out and also being planned. So some are grant, some are loan, some are pure investment type of asset. So you see, in order to manage the economy, you need people, you need to have technology, you need to have the fund, you need to have the market. So we need to go in and making sure that we cover all angles. Yes.
Okay, so has MDEC expanded cross borders like the Philippines or other ASEAN countries or other countries in its digital transformation partnership efforts?
Yes, we have. As you know, that ASEAN as a bloc, we should work together, and this is what we truly believe in. And MDEC has been organizing mission to countries in ASEAN, including Philippines, to find partners. So in many ways we can do it. One is to bring Malaysia's solution to Philippines and find partners to either to benefit the people in Philippines or outside. And we also have interest to invest or collaborate in certain business in Asia. So yes, we definitely are doing that. And beyond ASEAN also, we're also taking our companies to find collaboration opportunity and market opportunity, including Europe, Middle East, and certain countries outside of in Asia Pacific. And this has to happen because we are relatively small in terms of size, about 32 million people. And many of our companies through this effort has managed to find partners outside of Malaysia.
You also mentioned earlier about education. How does MDEC plan to influence education in its plans to develop a digital tech future for Malaysia?
Excellent. In education, we work with the Ministry of Education in Malaysia, and we also have Ministry of Higher Education. Through the many years of effort, we have managed to forge a relationship. So we can bring our information from industry to the ministry by changing the curriculum. I'll give you an example how we have managed to work with Ministry of Education to bring STEM education into K-12. So a lot of people in the past would think that teaching the kids is like having a computer class. That was like maybe 20 years ago we were doing that. But now it's different. We changed the curriculum by bringing things like computational thinking, problem solving, high order thinking into the curriculum. Not necessarily a computer class, it can be a mathematics class, it can be a science class, it can also be a history class or a geography class. Because important thing is that you want the student to understand. You can also embed coding into the curriculum. So by doing this, you expose every student, every student at every grade to the digital technology without having to have a computer class. That's the first step. So our step is expose everyone, and then after that, you have something extracurricular in the school by having a digital maker club, and then for them to do more work outside of the school curriculum. On top of that, we also work with private sector for the students to learn even more like robotic, like Scratch, like Arduino, and all those things are the things we are doing. Or that is only for the I would say K-12 education. And from all this, we will identify the cream of the la cream. We call them the digital ninja. You can imagine the secondary school students during holiday, they can actually be like attached to a company like an internship. But of course, it's not like the university internship, but they are given the opportunity experience how working in a real environment look like with someone mentoring them. We also arrange a lot of field trips for them to understand real world. So that is for K-12. Obviously, for tertiary education, we are doing a lot more. Apart from influencing the change in terms of curriculum, like for instance, 30% of the curriculum now can be determined by the university without having to go through certain maybe more bureaucratic process. This is really important because when technology moves very fast, we want to make sure that the university can move fast. And we also have a lot of the reskilling and upskilling program for students, for university students. Before they left the university or the moment they have graduated, they may need extra help. We also do a lot of, we call it boot camp, where currently there's a trend globally that you may not want to go to university, but you just want to go like 3 months or 12 weeks for you to 6 months for you to learn something to make you a very good, let's say, a coder. So we also are rolling out this type of program in Malaysia. And for existing workforce, we have a lot of other things like cybersecurity. For data analytics, our aim is to train by end of this year 20,000 data professionals because this is the future. Cybersecurity is also very key. We also have a program called Returning Workforce, especially targeting women. I'm not sure about in Philippines, but in Malaysia, we have the mothers who decided to quit jobs and go back to take care of the family, but they want to return. So we actually tested this by giving them the skill set of cybersecurity and match them with the companies who are looking for cybersecurity workers. So these are the public partner with university. So these are all the things that we are doing. We'll have to continue because from every now and then new technology, like now because of COVID, there are a lot more other the skill set that is required as well. So we have to continue doing this, but always remember at the broad-based digital literacy throughout the country, everybody must know how to use technology in the most effective way, and hopefully we can turn some of them from digital consumer to digital producer, right? And then at the university and school, you give them the right training, start them young, STEM education, coding, problem solving, high order thinking, so that when they go to university, they already know what they want to do. In the future, digital is part and parcel of everything. It's not about only people who learn computer science know digital. Digital skill set has to be everywhere, but at the same time, you have someone who is specialized in developing certain solutions. So that is what we are doing in Malaysia. We're not doing alone. We work very closely with private sector, with academia, and also with different government ministries and agencies to drive this forward.
And finally, ma'am, I wish we had more time, but with the MCOs in place there in Malaysia, how can SMEs adapt to the digital transformation?
It's very interesting. We were very worried. So two things. Number one is many SME, we realize that when they say, I don't want to do it, it's not that they do not know, but they just don't want to. But because MCO, you are not allowed to go out. So what can they do? So we can see that the rate of adopting technology has improved and increased so much. But obviously, we have to help them as well. So we organize a lot of online training, online seminar to teach them how to do digital marketing, to help them on board digital platform. I will tell you, we have a class that say that in a day, you will learn how to bring your business online. Of course, this is simple business online, and it can happen. And I think many of them are embracing it. Even the micro SMEs are able to benefit out of this. We have an initiative called SME Quick Win. Give them the remote working tools, because like now I'm logging in from home. So many SME, they need a tool for them to reach out to their customers. And on top of that, we also teach them how to pivot the business so that they can continue to run. And for obviously some hard hit sector like tourism, they may not be able to continue to do tourism anymore. How can they then turn around and do something different? And we have a lot of smaller SMEs who are selling food at hawkers. They can't do that anymore. We also help to onboard them to the online platform. linking them up with the very partners so that they can continue to run their business during this difficult time.
What about in the financial tech scene with MCOs in place?
Fintech, I like this topic because in the year, I still remember in the year 2016 we started looking at this as a potential area. Fintech in Malaysia, we are focusing on two. One is financial inclusion. The other one is fintech for Islamic finance. Many people will know that Malaysia is one of the top country in Islamic finance. So we just apply tech on top of that. But the other one is financial inclusion. In Malaysia, a lot of people have a bank account. So you may think that it's okay. But what we don't understand is, you have many people, like more than about 97% have bank account, but they may be underserved. That's number one. And fintech is not just a finance, just about bank. It's also about insurance. Insurtech is also one of the key area. So we work together with Central Bank and Security Commission. And that will focus on the industry user side of it, and then the Central Bank will be looking at regulations and also rolling out sandboxes. So today we have 100 plus fintech companies. Some are very new, like startups. Some are the companies who used to be offering financial services a solution, but they have put in an extra to make it fintech, like eKYC is some of the features that you need. We have a quite vibrant e-wallet environment in Malaysia as well. But can we do more? Obviously, we can. I have a very interesting solution like insurance. Insurance typically is very difficult because a lot of people think that I cannot buy insurance as an SME. So this particular company, what they do is they roll out insurance that you can buy a daily insurance. I can buy insurance that tie to what I need at that moment. We also have a lot of other fintech tools for lending and also for investment. We call it SLIP, SLIP. S is saving, L is lending, I in investment, P is payment. So fintech in this four area to drive the knowledge and acceptance, as well as helping people to embrace the technology easier. We hope that whatever we are learning here, we can replicate it elsewhere, especially in ASEAN region.
And finally, ma'am, in a few short, concise explanation, what does digital transformation mean for an older generation of workers and business people? Where in the grid could the older population fit in this digital future?
Sorry, you're breaking, so I can't hear you. Can you repeat the question?
So what does the digital transformation mean for an older generation and of workers and business people? Where in the grid could the older population fit in a digital future?
All right. So digital transformation is about applying digital technology in helping to grow your business and perhaps to change your business, the way how you run the business. Ultimately, it's still about your business, but how can you use digital technology in the most effective way in enabling and also enhancing your business services. So to me, that's using digital to transform. So you cannot be focusing on technology. You should focus on your business, your customer. So that's number one. Secondly, how can people be involved?
Older people.
Digital, broader people, or older people?
Older people.
Broader.
Older people.
Oh, older.
Yes.
All the people.
Older,
all the
yes.
people.
Yes.
Okay.
Older people.
So,
how do they fit? Yes.
Yes. You see, technology today is so pervasive, right? People shouldn't be too worried about, do I know a particular technology? I always say that, don't say I want a blockchain solution or don't say I want an AI solution. It should be like, I am looking for a solution to address this opportunity. I'm looking for a solution that solve or address a problem. We look at it from that angle. Technology is always an enabler. It keeps changing. But what is important is the outcome that you want to achieve. So that should be the thinking. Having said that, you should have appreciation of what technology is about. You cannot be like closing your mind. So like today, cloud is a very good platform. So don't be scared by, I don't know what it is, because there are enough people out there who have the know-how can help you. So working together, for me, as a business people or even like as an end user, I just need to know what I want to achieve, and knowing that technology can help me to achieve that. Maybe you're a bit too young, but I remember when I was in my very young days, ATM was something that was even very scary for some people to use. Because they don't know, I have to go to my mother counter anymore. I have to go to a machine. Can I trust it? Will they swallow my money? Today nobody think about it. But again, young people don't even care about ATM, right? It's about everything is online transfer. So technology change. We need to evolve and move along. Those who adopt faster, those who are fast enough to realize the benefit of technology always win. Those who watch and see, want to make sure everything is certain, most likely they will lose out. Jack Ma used to say, if you are waiting for a perfect time, you have missed opportunities. So should just do it fast, skill it later. So do something. That is very important. For either you're a business person, you're policy makers, you are a user. Do it, knowing that you can fail, but you learn from the failure.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your time. And we learned a lot from you. Very enlightening. Thank you so much. And we hope to get you, have you back here in ASEAN in Focus.